Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Texas Rangers and the Detroit Tigers at Tiger Stadium. On the mound for the Rangers is John Matlack, whose record is 8-0 with a 3 ERA. And pitching for Detroit is Dave Rozema, whose record is 13-10 with a 4.69 ERA. And so we lost yesterday to perhaps the worst pitcher in the American League, Rob Dreslough, who was 9-22 before yesterday's game. And that's how we close out the year with the Mariners. And now we turn to the Rangers and John Matlack, who is a left-hander. It's the third left-hander we faced in the last 4 starts. The American League has been settled. It's New York and California. And the National League has yet to be determined, as Houston and Los Angeles are going down to the final 3 games of the season. Montreal's clinched. So that's how it looks so far. We're going to go ahead and get started today. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and subscribe. And our next season, the 1981 season, is due to kick off right around the time that the real baseball season starts. And there'll be a whole bunch of new things to offer. So get in on that early, subscribe now. Let's take a look at the bullpen. I did bring Morris Madden into the fold. He pitched horribly yesterday, but we're trying to see what he's got maybe for next season. Dave Rozema making his last start of the year. And here's the lineup versus the lefty, John Matlack. Basically, since he's a lefty, we've worked in a bunch of righties. We got Putman at catcher. Lance Parrish is actually listed as tired, so I took him out. We put Marty Castillo at third. We got Bob Baylor in then right field. And unfortunately, we have to bring in Tony Armas and put him in center field today. So we'll see how that plays out. Let's go ahead and do the Texas Rangers lineup rundown. And over here on the right side, you'll see the 1980 Topps card that represents that player. So leading off and playing shortstop is Wayne Tolleson. Batting second and in left field is Johnny Grubb. Batting third and at first base is Steve Garvey. Batting cleanup and catching is Greg Malberg. Batting fifth and in right field is Richie Zisk. Batting sixth and at third base is Buddy Bell. Batting seventh and at second base is Bump Wills. Batting eighth and catching is Jim Sunburg. And batting ninth and in center field is Mickey Rivers. And here's Dave Rozema making his last start of the year, 31st start. He only missed 1 start due to injury. So he's been there the whole season. 13-10, 4.69 ERA. Only 37 walks in 167 innings and 60 Ks. So not a lot of strikeouts from this guy. Opponents are batting .288 against him. So let's go ahead and get started. Here's Wayne Tolleson leading off. And Tolleson's going to get an infield hit to Trammell. So runner on first. Next up is Johnny Grubb. 0 for 3 walks for Johnny Grubb against Rozema. And there's his first hit. So we're starting off poorly. Runners at first and second. Steve Garvey up next. He's going to strike out looking. 1 down. Here's the DH, Greg Malberg. We took a look at him earlier. Looks like he's a career backup catcher in the cleanup role today. And he pops it straight up on the infield, just past second base. I guess it's on the outfield grass. And there's the second out. So 2 down for Richie Zisk. 2 for 6 with a home run against Rozema. And I think he's got another one. 3-run shot to dead center field. That's his 22nd on the year. And just like that, we're down 3-0. Next up is Buddy Bell, base hit to right field, and I don't know if Rozema is going to make it out of the first. I don't know what it is about my starting pitchers not being able to finish the season off, but I think this might be the last batter because we have 3 lefties due up next. If he can't get the righties out, he's not going to get the lefties out. As Sunburg hits a fly ball to center field, and mercifully, the first inning's over. We go to the bottom of the first, down 3 runs. Here's Sweet Lou. He's batting leadoff today and playing second base. And batting second and playing shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third and in left field is Steve Kemp. Batting cleanup and DHing is Carlton Fisk. Batting fifth and at first base is Jason Thompson. Batting sixth and in center field is Tony Armas. Batting seventh and catching is Ed Putman. Batting eighth and at third base is Marty Castillo. And batting ninth in right field is Bob Baylor. And on the mound for the Rangers is John Matlack, 8-0 in only 11 starts. He missed 4 months of the season due to injury. So he's got a 3 ERA, 22 walks, 51 Ks. Opponents are batting .252, 2 complete games and 1 shutout. With the Rangers finishing second to the Angels, I guess I'd like to think that if they had John Matlack around, maybe they could made up the ground. As Sweet Lou starts it off with a base hit to right. And that means we're going to hit and run. So Tram's going to hit and run, ground ball to short. Oh, and an error on the shortstop. Wayne Tolleson. Tolleson's a rookie in this season, so he's not helping his cause to make the team for next year. And a base hit up the middle for Steve Kemp. And no, we're going to hold. Got bases loaded, nobody out, with our best left-handed hitter at the plate. That's Carlton Fisk, also certainly a double play candidate. And wow, he flips it to right field for a base hit. And yeah, we're going to send Trammell home. And he is safe. So it's 3-2. And we have not been put out yet. So runners at first and second. Here's JT. Not a great left-handed hitter. Ground ball to third, and they do turn 2. So that's 2 down. And here's Tony Armas with Kemp on third. And he hits it right back to Matlack. And we go to the top of the second, 3-2. Mickey Rivers leading off the inning. And there's a base at the center. This is pathetic. So back to the top of the lineup. Speedy Rivers on first base. Here's Tolleson. Got a base hit his first time up. And Rivers steals second. So we're going to pull the outfield in. Not that it would do much good on a base hit with a guy like Rivers with that kind of speed. And the ball falls in even though we had the infield in. So that's it for Rozema. And that balloons his ERA up to 4.88. He's still leaving a runner on base. So, yeah, we're going to bring in Morris Madden. I mean, it's not like we're going to fall to third in our division. And he walks the only lefty he's probably going to face. First and second. Oh, he strikes out Garvey. Did not see that coming. And that'll bring up Greg Malberg. He walks him. Bases loaded for Richie Zisk. I guess we could pull the infield in and possibly a double play candidate here. Nope, he rips it down the left field line. Oh, man. 6-2. One of those runs are going to be charged to Rozema. Here's Buddy Bell, and Bell shoots it to right center field. Caught. Malberg does not tag up. So 2 down runners at first and second for Bump Wills and a base hit to right field. And it's 7-0. So with 2 down, here's Jim Sunburg. And he hits it right down into the dirt. And Putman guns him out at first base. So we go to the bottom of the second, 7-2. Ed Putman leads off the inning. And he's going to send it into left center field. It holds up long enough for the left fielder Grubb to catch it. So one down with Marty Castillo up next, and he's going to flip it the other way. Caught by the right fielder Zis. 2 down for Bob Baylor. And he's going to hit a fly ball to left center field. So we go to the top of the second inning. We're going to leave Morris Madden in there to face these next 3 lefties. And there's an infield hit for Rivers. Oh my God. 10 hits and only 6 outs. There's more hits than outs so far. And another hit down the left field line. And that'll bring up Johnny Grubb. Keep the infield back. Try to turn 2 if we can. And another hit. Oh, man. This makes me want to just throw my mouse. Okay, well, we haven't pitched Dave Topic in a while. So tried to give the new guys a chance, but let's make this game as painless as possible. Oh, base hit to right field. That's 13 hits, guys. Oh, man, we're pulling the infield in. We're trying to prevent any other runs at this point. Oh, no, flipped it into right center field. And it falls in. Come on. This is ridiculous. Wow, we are getting crushed. There should be a mercy rule in place at this point. And Tobic walks Zisk. Still nobody out. Here's Buddy Bell. I mean, we have been just so horrible in the month of September. I mean, yes, we've had a lot of injuries as Bump Wills shoots it down the left field line for 2 more runs. I mean, yeah, we've had a lot of injuries this year, but I mean, it doesn't make sense that we can't even get outs. Look at this. That's 16 hits. And we're not even out of the third. I mean, we got a lot of bullpens, so we're going to bring in another lefty. We're bringing Dave Rucker. So, yeah, here's Mickey Rivers. I think he led off the inning with that infield hit, right? Ground ball back to the pitcher. And a run does score on that. It's 13-2. Next up is Wayne Tolleson. And he's going to pop it up on the infield. And Trammell makes the catch. It's 2 down. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a 3rd out. I got lost in the run scoring. I couldn't even keep up with the outs. So Lou Whitaker, who led the game, the Tigers off with a base hit, flies out to center field here. Next up is Trammell, and he strikes out. So 2 down, and Kemp flips it into left center field, and it's caught for the 3rd out. We go to the 4th inning, down by 11 runs. Here's Johnny Grubb. Grubb pops it up into foul ground. And there's 1 out. So technically, a perfect inning pitched for Rucker. We're going to bring in Bob Stanley to pitch a few righties here. Now, Stanley in his last outing pitched 3 innings, didn't give up a run, as he gets Garvey to ground to second base. So maybe Stanley's turning it around here late in the season. No, there's a base hit to center field. So Malberg on first, 17 hits for the Rangers as Zisk strikes out looking. We go to the bottom of the 4th, 13-2. At least we kept them off the board for 1 inning. Fisk grounds out to short. Next up is JT, 0 for 1, and he gets a fly ball into center field. 354 feet, but not nearly long enough. Hey, there's a base hit for Tony Armas. He only gets base hits when it absolutely means nothing. Runner on first for Ed Putman. 2 down. Ground ball to third, short, and that should be the game. Sorry. I'm recording this really late at night, so I guess my faculties aren't all there. So we go to the top of the 5th. Here's Buddy Bell. And a base hit up the middle. I guess we're going to let him pitch to Bump Wills and then maybe Sunburg, and then we'll see how that goes. As Wills pops it up into foul ground on the third base side. There's 1 out. Next up is Jim Sunburg. Shoots it to right field on a line. That's caught for the 2nd out. And let's see if we can get Stanley to finish off this inning. Mickey Rivers hits a line drive to right, also caught. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. So 2 innings we put up goose eggs. The tide is turning, I tell you, as Castillo strikes out. There's 1 down. Next up is Bob Baylor. Ground ball to second. That'll leave it up to Sweet Lou. Ground ball to short. So we go to the 6th inning. We're going to look up the in-game stats. Look at that, folks. Every Ranger has a hit, and almost every Ranger has 2 hits. Only Garvey and Sunburg. So we're going to take out Stanley, who did a decent job there. And we're going to bring in Schatzy. Schatzy's hit the century mark in innings pitched. He had those 5 starts early on. And then he was our long reliever primarily the whole season. As Tolleson hits a ground ball to short, there's 1 down. And then he walks Grubb. So he should be able to get out righties. He has been all year as Garvey, 321 hitter. And he does strike him out. That's 2 down. Wow, look at Malberg. Limited time batting 571. And Malberg gets a base hit up the middle. Grubb holds at second base. So with 2 down, that'll leave it up to Richie Zisk. He hits a fly ball to right, and I think Schatzeder will get through the 6th. All right, there we go. Next up here in the top of the 6th is Alan Trammell. That looks like a blue pit. There we go. That's our first hit in a few innings as Trammell drops 1 into right center field. At this point, we're going to let everyone just swing away. Maybe we'll get lucky and hit a home run or a double play. Oh no, Trammell's safe at second. 1 down for Fisk. Hits a ground ball right at the shortstop. Trammell has to hold. So 2 down, runner at second for JT. Thompson walks. His on-base percentage this year is highest on the team. I think it's around 380 coming into the game. And Armas flies out to right center field. We definitely have problems with center fielders. Even going into next year, like we have 4 of them, and I don't really know who would be best. We're going to bring in Roger Weaver here in the 7th. He's going to face Buddy Bell. Buddy Bell hits a home run. 14-2, 20 hits for the Rangers. And Bump Wills tries to follow that up, almost to the same spot, but falls short of the warning track. There's 1 down. Next up is Jim Sunburg, base hit right up the middle. 21 hits, and now we've got some lefties. So we're going to bring in Keith Comstock and Mickey Rivers will come in and hit a ground ball to short. I was going to say it looked like it was going to be a base hit, but Trammell boots it, and it's first and second. Wayne Tolleson's up next. I mean, all you can do is laugh as Comstock walks Tolleson. The bases are loaded. for Johnny Grubb. And he throws a pass ball. So Putman contributes in his own way. And that'll take away the double play. Johnny Grubb hits it to third. And Rivers, even with that speed, shows a little bit of mercy and holds tight. So here's Steve Garvey, the only Ranger without 2 hits today. And he hits a ground ball to third, and Castillo makes the play. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Ed Putman leads off. Hey, base hit to left field. It's always nice to see the new guys contributing. So runner at first, nobody out. Marty Castillo. He hits a fly ball to right field. 1 down. Next up is Bob Baylor. Ground ball to short. And there's your double play. We go to the 8th. Bringing in a righty. We're going to bring in a Replogle. He's going to face Malberg. It's a Replogle versus Malberg at bat. Hey, Malberg wins. 22 hits for the Rangers. 4 for 5 for Malberg. Zisk will not be outdone as he gets a base hit. He's 3 for 5 with a home run. 23 hits. Buddy Bell just allowing Replogle to throw it by him. And then an infield hit. 24 hits, and that makes it 16-2. And a balk. I mean, come on. Come on, we don't deserve this, do we? Sunburg hits a ground ball to second base. It's a Saturday night. I should have been drinking tonight. I have not been, but now I wish I had. As Pat Underwood will come in and face some of these lefties. I mean, I'm doing the matchups right? He strikes out Mickey Rivers. We go to the bottom of the 8th. I mean, we're getting crushed at home in the final homestand of the year. And the Rangers probably are a better team than us. I mean, I'd have to check to see what our win-loss record is against the Rangers. But I'm sure they're the better team. But are they 17-2 better? I mean, they have their backups in also. Tolleson, Malberg are the 2 that stand out, you know. So here's Steve Kemp with 2 outs, and he hits a ground ball to short. We go to the 9th. Last chance for the Rangers to clobber us. And Underwood walks Tolleson. That'll bring up Johnny Grubb. Grubb shoots it to center field, and it's caught by the center fielder, which is Tony Armas. And you know what? Let's work them all into the game. We're going to bring in Aurelio Lopez. I have no idea who our player of the game should be. I guess Fisk. He drove in the only 2 runs. Thanks, Lopez. He hits Garvey. I mean, look at the batters are on their 7th time in a 9-inning game. Oh, there we go. Malberg strikes out. 2 down. And Richie Zisk hits a fly ball to center field. It was 0-2 count. I thought he was going to strike out. And that ends the top of the 9th. 17 runs for the Rangers. And Carlton Fisk hits a ground ball to short. We're going to take out Thompson. We're going to bring in a righty off the bench. Let's give Tommy Brookins hits lefties pretty well. He's a 277 hitter. And he walks. Look at that. Armas, you suck the pipe. So we're going to... Oh, we're bringing Parrish. We'll get Parrish in at bat. Let's see him hit a home run here. And Parrish pops it up on the first base side. Matlack at 99 pitches. He's got himself a Greg Maddux game going here. Complete game under 100. Nope, 101. And a ground ball for Putman. ends the game at 17-2. Oh, that is depressing. Let's take a look at the standings and see if the National League East has been settled. It has. Oh no, it was the West, right? I'm sorry, it's the West. The the Dodgers do close into one game, so this is really coming right down to the wire. That's exciting. And we followed 9 games back. I guess we could tie Baltimore, maybe gain 1 spot in the draft for next year. Maybe that's the only thing to hope for. Nothing new as far as transactions go. Let's pull up this disgusting box score. We're going to give the player of the game to Carl in the first inning when we had a chance. We were only down by 1 run. Oh my goodness, look at this. 5 RBIs for Richie Zisk, 4 RBIs for Bump Wills, and he didn't even score a run. Matlack goes to 9-0 with another complete game victory. Rozema barely could get through the first. 13-11 is what he ends the season on. A sub-5 ERA. Look at that bullpen. We brought it all. Morris Madden, that was a mistake. And yeah, that'll do it from Tiger Stadium. 2 games to go. Let's hope they end a little bit better than this one did. We'll come back tomorrow, give it another shot. Until then, everyone, have a great night.